I'm not there yet, I don't think.
All right.
You're live.
All right. Hi. Thank you for joining this evening. We are going to have kind of a different kind of practice that I've ever done before. Usually I like to watch you all practice so I can adjust and shift. If you are on YouTube, and have questions, you can type in the chat, and Clay is over on the computer and can read them to me. If you are on the Instagram, I can't see far enough to see what you're saying, I'm sorry, but you could message me later. We're going to start like we usually do in a class. Before you do that, however, I want you, if you don't have it, I want just your regular harness without any gear on it and some kind of prop like my marshmallow fluff instead of using a brick. Once you get those, you're going to lie down like you're going to be dropping into class. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to get your goods, and then we will begin. So, harness, prop, lie down.
Do you want to peek and see what's on Instagram?
Oh, and I'll look at what's on Instagram. Oh, you're just too joined. Hi, guys. If you are lying down, females, you're going to put your right hand on your belly. Males will put their left hand on their belly. Their opposite hand can go on the chest. Your knees can be bent or they can be straight. If you're not comfortable lying down, you can take a seated position like I have. Once you're settled, I want you to close your eyes softly. And if you feel like your jaw is tight, you're going to place your tongue in the back of your top teeth, and that'll let your jaw relax a little bit. And then slowly start to inhale and exhale through your nose. Not trying to create something really controlling, just kind of figure out where your breath is coming from. Seeing if it's perhaps your belly that's rising first or your chest, or if your belly is even rising. Now start to lengthen the breath, finding the belly being the first to expand, and then feel the chest rise. And as you exhale, feel the chest soften and the belly sink. Drawing the breath out longer, you're going to inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're going to do another 5 to 6 rounds of that. Inhaling for 5 counts, feeling the belly rising in the chest. Exhaling 5 counts, chest and then belly. About 3 more rounds. Give yourself one more round, and then bend your knees if they're not already, and grab your harness if you have it. Having your harness in your hand, you're going to use one of your leg loops and put it on the ball of your right foot. And then you can use your hand to either grab anywhere you want on either the waist or the leg, keeping that left leg bent. Leg loop on the ball of the foot, start to lengthen the leg towards the sky, feeling the heel reach for the sky. Gentle bend, spreading the toes. And then gently feel a little tension on the back of the leg, but not so much as to get yourself out of there. And then you're going to start breathing in and out through the nose again, trying to get that diaphragmatic breath where the belly rises first. And notice while you're here, I want you to observe the change of sensation in the leg muscle. You're going to feel it slowly start to lengthen and stretch. It takes about 30 to 90 seconds for the brain and the muscles to start communicating. That's usually when we start to feel a little action. And then a couple more breaths. And now I want you to straighten the left leg, pressing the thigh against the floor and drawing the toes towards you. And yes, that right leg might shift a little bit, and that's okay. You're just going to continue to pull it back. And you're just going to pause for a little bit longer. This right arm that's holding on is nice and relaxed. The grip is not tense, and you're breathing. Back is against the earth in a natural arch. Couple more breaths, hanging out. Three more breaths. Now roll up, take that left hand, have it grab the strap and release the right arm to your side. Lie yourself back down so that your shoulders are relaxed into the earth. And without moving the hip, you're going to take the right leg towards the left. And it's just the thigh bone, the femur bone that's moving in the socket. And you're going to feel this nice stretch on the side of the leg. But remember, the sit bones, the back of the body stays plumb or against the earth. If this hurts a bit, get out of it. Bend the knee a little bit. If you don't have a strap, interlace your hands around the thigh. And then continue to breathe in and out through your nose for about 30 seconds. Hanging out. Once again, pay attention to the sensation as it shifts through the leg. Nothing should be uncomfortable. Backing off is a beautiful choice. Couple more rounds. Keep that left thigh against the earth, toes pulling towards you, spreading them apart. 3 more breaths. One more good breath, please. Wonderful. Take the strap back into the right hand and give yourself a little bit of slack. Ideally, you're going to want this right elbow to come to your ground. My left hand is going to be on my hip, and I'm going to open up my right leg only as far as I can without letting my left hip come off the ground. So I'm not going to tilt. And once again, back is against the earth. Both cheeks are against the earth. And I have this right elbow bent, which makes this really easy to do on my arms and my wrists. And then I'm just going to hang out. Sensation should be on the inside of the thigh. You can take the leg farther away from your body or your hip, or bring it towards your head, depending on how much of a stretch and where your body wants to be right now. And then continue that breath. Feet are still active, left thigh still firm in the ground, hanging out. Being a little redundant on that one. Nice belly breathing. Feel the muscles shift and lengthen. A little bit longer. Left leg still active, toes drawing towards you. Left hip is pushing towards the ground. One more full breath. From here, bend that left leg, place the left leg on the earth and pull the right leg back up. Release the right leg. Keep it bent, and we're going to go for the left leg. Once again, remember, if you don't have that strap, just interlace your hands. Any kind of length is great. If you're like me, you've been sitting more than you'd like to, so we'll get you stretched out and moving a little bit. So strap is on the ball of the foot, or the leg hole. You don't want it on your arch. That actually puts pressure eastern-wise on your spine. Heel reaches for the sky, toes reach towards your face, right leg is still bent. And then tap into that breath. Nice belly breathing, in and out through the nose. And if big diaphragmatic breathing isn't where you're at, just breathing. Paying attention to the sensation in the body as you let it stretch. Now you're going to straighten that right leg nice and long. My left leg shifted a little bit because I moved that thigh bone a little bit, affecting the hip. So I'm going to draw those right toes towards me. My right inner thigh reaches for the floor. So it's an internal spiral of that thigh. And then getting a little bit more tension on that left leg if I can, without any discomfort, but a little bit of action. And then settling into the breath again and the sensation in the leg. We should get my husband to do this with us next time. He's hanging out. Sorry, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Give it 3 more breaths, because you can. Curl yourself up, and now that right hand is going to grab onto the left, and then the left side of the strap, and then let yourself lie back down. Once again, it's just this femur bone, or the thigh bone, that's going to move in the hip socket. I cannot go very far. Some people have a greater range of motion. All sorts of reasons for that. This is a great way to stretch this lateral line. My toes are still drawing towards me. My right inner thigh is drawing in towards the sky. Towards the floor, pardon me. Backwards. Nice and easy breathe. Pay attention to the sensation once again. Two more breaths. One more good breath. Once again, roll back up. Let the left hand now grab the outside of grab the strap, or use that hand again and open up only as wide as you can. With this right hip, it needs to stay down. I don't want to find it coming up. Nice and flat on the ground. Elbow on the ground, that left elbow again, and just hang out, allowing that left inner thigh to open naturally. Nice and active in the core. Recalling you can pull that leg up towards your head or down towards the feet in order to shift the sensation. Coming back to the breath and back to sensation. 2 or 3 more breaths. I haven't decided. One more breath. Keep that right hip down. Don't let it come up. It's a lot of control in the core. Beautiful. Bring that left leg back up. Bend the right knee, placing the foot on the floor. Remove your strap and place it to the side. Roll gently to your right side and come back up. And from here, I want you to come into your tabletop. Okay, so the alignment's going to be knee under hips. My wrists are the best I can under the shoulders, and my knees are hip width apart. And we're going to just come into a basic cat-cow. So first, pressing into your hands, you're going to tuck the tailbone, arch the back, pull the chin in as you exhale, keeping the arms nice and straight, and inhale. Lift the tailbone, lift the head. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, arching. Actually, I lied. No, I didn't. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Lift the chin, open the throat. Exhale, round. And inhale, arch. Exhale, come to center. Tuck your toes under. Walk your hands half a hand length in front of you. And you're going to spread your hands wide. And I want you to press into that webbing, or close to the webbing, the padding on the big thumb. And feel this bicep spiral away from you. So it's this really yummy sensation of pressing in the bottom part and opening up in the top part of your arm. So from here, tucking the toes under, coming into your down dog. Bending the knees, feel the hips draw back and the spine lengthen. Press into those arms, feeling the biceps roll, and then drop both heels towards the earth, keeping the heels reaching, or the hips reaching back. Pausing here for just a few breaths, drawing the ribs in. Good. And then I want you to bend the left knee. You can even lift the left leg slightly off the floor and drop that right heel. Feeling once again those hip creases reach back. Couple of breaths here. One more good breath, please. Place that left leg down. Bending the right leg, or literally lifting it off the ground. Press that heel down and then feel the hips reach back in space as you draw on the ribs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. From here, place both feet on the floor and allow yourself to bend the knees again, and this time feel the chest reach towards the thighs and just kind of wiggle a little bit, getting yourself comfy. And then stretch the legs long again. On an inhale, prepare that right leg, and as you exhale, right leg's going to step in a low lunge. You're going to take that left knee down to the ground, tops of the left toe on the ground, bring your hands onto your hip, onto your thighs. Lift that pubic bone and reach the arms overhead. While I'm doing this, I'm also pressing my toes of my left foot into the ground, especially that little toe. Press into that front heel of the right leg and pause. Pulling the ribs in, breathing. You should feel this nice, yummy stretch in the front of the left leg, even down to towards the knee, drawing the belly button in and juicing it up a little more. Couple more breaths, hanging out. On an exhale, place your hands down on either side of the foot, spreading the fingers wide, right? Finding that nice little padding of the thumb. Tuck that left toe under as you inhale. And exhale, step slowly back to your down dog. Pause. On an inhale, left leg prepares, and as you exhale, left leg gently steps into that low lunge. Right knee comes down to the earth, right toenails press into the earth, hands on the left thigh. And then again, lift that pubic bone. So I don't want to dump into my pelvis because that can get uncomfortable in that lower back. So as you lengthen the lower back, you are lifting that pubic bone. Toenails touch into the ground. My left heel is towards the earth. And I'm going to bring my arms up and try not to pop my chest and breathe. Soften the gaze if you can. A little bit longer. Breathe, breathe. One more good breath. And then on an exhale, hands come down, tuck the toes under. Two options. First option I'm going to show you is to step into plank on an inhale, and as you exhale, come to your down dog. For those of you who have a flow practice, doesn't mean you have to do it, but you are coming into a plank, you're going to slightly shift your weight forward, bend at the elbows, pause, come onto the tops of the toes, and come into your up dog. And then exhale, down dog. Pausing again. On an inhale, right leg is going to prepare, and as you exhale, right leg steps in the low lunge. You're going to ground that left foot like a Virabhadrasana 1 or a Warrior 1, but it's going to be as wide as your mat, so you can really square the hip. So I've walked my left foot wide, so my toes are on the edge of the mat. Arms are going to reach up. Pause. Breathe. Hey, Clay.
Yes.
Can you go into the Instagram account on that so you can see what people are saying? Because I don't know that I can. Or on your phone?
I see some GM Shram went as long as they could. Next time we'll go further, and lots of positive emojis. But they can get onto this and they can get onto, because I'm not able to reply effectively.
One more breath.
This.
Yes, but I could reply verbally.
Another person. Yeah.
Yep.
So far, no questions.
If you have questions, let us know. Thank you. Our hands are going to come down on either side of that foot. Shift that left foot back to the center. Exhale, down dog. On an inhale, left leg prepares, and as you exhale, left leg steps into that low lunge, and then again, walk that foot out. So I'm just on the edge of my mat. It allows me to really square my foot or my hips and then come up. I'm going to press into the outside of my right foot and then feel my heel press into the earth with the left. Breathe. Trying to draw that left hip back in space, right hip forward. Couple of breaths. If you don't want to bring your arms out, don't. Hands at the heart, down, doesn't matter. It's just getting this whole hip complex open. Couple of breaths. Don't give up. One more good breath. Okay, maybe two because we stayed longer on the other side. As you exhale, hands come down on either side of the foot. Walk that right foot back to its rightful place. Step to a plank. Choose down dog if you would like to, or inhale, shift slightly forward, halfway down, and come up to your up dog. Toenails in the ground. Exhale, down dog. Pause. Still continuing to open up a little bit. On an inhale, let your right leg prepare, and as you exhale, right leg is going to step in a low lunge, and then you're going to come up into Warrior 2. So we're slowly starting to open up all the pelvis by shifting the femur bone in that socket. So in your Warrior 2, I say it every day, heel lines up with the arch, knee with the ankle, arms can be out. And make sure that you can play with them being even. If you know you have a tight chest or your pecs are tight, rotate open from the humerus, the upper arm. Palms reach in opposite directions. Press again into the outside of the right foot. Onto the left foot. Breathe. If arms get tired, bring them down. Remember, drop the shoulders. Hang out. Nice and tall. Two more breaths. Nice. Exhaling, hands come down on either side of your foot and step back to your down dog. On an inhale, left leg prepares, and as you exhale, left leg steps into a low lunge. Right foot rotates, push into the outside of the right foot, and then come up to your warrior two. Feel your whole body lengthen and find that nice alignment. Heel arch, knee, ankle, arms out. If you want to stretch it a little bit, you're going to open up again and then let your palms, actually let your fingertips drop towards the earth as best you can, letting the shoulders drop at the same time as well. Breathe. Two more breaths, maybe four. One more breath. On any exhale, hands come down on either side of the foot. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, down dog, or start that flow. On an inhale, bend your knees, look 2 to 3 feet past your hands, and hop, step, jump from your mat in a forward fold. In this forward fold, let the hands interlace around the elbows and pause. Feel the spine lengthen. Just a couple of breaths here. Bending the knees, inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Choosing if you need a prop, a taller prop would be your cans. Okay, we're going to play a little bit with movement of our hips in a slightly forward fold, but in the forward fold, I like the chest to be lifted. So you can come here or here, but I'm not looking for a deep fold. I would like almost parallel to the earth. So hands can come here. So with your cans or your fingertips, press firmly into that right foot, lifting the toes and spreading them. And then press a little deeper into the mound of the big toe of that left foot and let the toes drop down. Feel the strength in that, and then slowly lift the right leg back. Take a look. Are your toes pointing down? And if they're kind of skewed, then adjust by rotating them in the proper direction. Now, from here, you're going to bend the knee and straighten it. And bend that left knee as deep as you can, keeping this right leg hovering, and straighten. Exhale, bend. Dump that whole body weight into that pelvis, and then lift. 3 more. Down. Keep that right leg strong. Up. 2 more. Come down. And come up. 1 more. Down. And up. Exhaling, take that right foot, place it on the ground. Pause. And then coming halfway up again. Press firmly into that right foot, spread the right toes, and feel yourself pushing into the mound of the big toe. Notice the strength you feel in the leg and the pelvis. From here, you're going to lift that left leg. Take a look, are the toes facing down? And then once again, you're going to bend and straighten. Exhale, bend as deep as you can. Let yourself dump into that pelvis and straighten. Bend. Straighten. 3 more. Come down, nice and sweet. Use that core to maintain. Straighten. down. One more. Nice. Placing the hands on the floor, take that left foot back down, step back to a down dog. If you would like to, from here, shift into your plank and go through that flow. Still playing with that hip complex. From here, prepare the right leg, and as you exhale, right leg is going to step into a low lunge. Okay, we've done this before. I don't know if people like it. Walk your hands to the center of your mat. Turn your feet out so you're in a nice kind of a squat. And then pause right here for just a few breaths, feeling the thighs pull back. Hands aren't involved too much. Just pause, a couple of breaths. Nice tall spine. One more full breath. Rotating on that right toe, straighten the leg, come into a low lunge on the left side. I know you're facing away from me. I apologize. From here, step to a plank. And then exhale, come to your down dog. On an inhale, prepare the left leg, and then exhale, left leg's going to step in a low lunge. You're going to walk yourself over to the center of the mat and come back into that squat, just a few breaths. One more good breath. Good, and then rotate onto that left foot. Hands come down on either side of the right. Step to a plank and go through a flow. Or a down dog. Whatever makes you happy. Pause for a few breaths. Next, inhale, left leg prepares, and as you exhale, left leg comes into that low lunge. Walk your hands back to center. This time you can leave your hands down. They can come onto the ankles and then feel your legs slightly pressed back using your triceps. One full breath. And then inhale, right foot forward into that lunge. Pause. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths here. And then inhale, right leg prepares. Exhale, right leg steps in that low lunge. Come back to that squat just briefly. Inhale, back to the front of your mat. Exhale, pause, and then inhale, step to plank. Next, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, flow. Pause. Breathe. Check in. Where is your breath coming from? Is it coming from the belly or the chest? Is it fast? Is it slow? Check it out. Take care of yourself. One more good breath. And then once again, coming to the front of your mat, on an inhale, bend both knees, prepare, and exhale, hop, skip, jump, front of your mat, forward fold, and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Arms are going to reach overhead. Then exhale, hands at your heart center. Pause. Close your eyes. Feel your feet. What does that mean? So press into the mound of the big toe and little toe and then the center of your heel. And then spread your toes, lifting them off the ground, but not the balls of your foot. And then from here, keeping the toes spread apart, put a little extra weight onto the big toe mound and bring the toes back to the earth. Bring your arms by your sides, palms facing forward. Lengthen the spine. 3 breaths, eyes closed, belly breaths right here. Long spine, firm feet, pressing the mound of the big toe. 2 more breaths. 1 more good breath. Great. On an inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, Actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a little bit more with the hips this time. Instead of coming up and down, we're gonna just shift a little bit. So we're gonna bring our bricks to the front of our mat, or use your hands. Same idea as when we did kind of that crane, single leg crane pump. So
should I send your message?
Oh, Siri thinks I'm talking to her. I'm not. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Come into your forward fold. And then come up on the fingertips. For me, I like bringing my hands wider than my hips. So if you want to do that, go for it. And then I'm going to fire up my right foot by lifting the toes again, just like we did when we were standing. Press into the mound of the big toe. And then lift the left leg back. Okay, I'm going to turn around so you guys can see this better. So from here, I'm checking my foot. It's facing down. But as I inhale, I'm going to rotate my hip to the sky. And then as I exhale, I'm going to drop my hip way down towards the floor. So I'm going to inhale, open. Exhale, drop my hip. Almost an internal rotation of my thigh. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop. Long spine, core is firing as you inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Gently bend that left leg. Come back down, forward fold. Then inhale, come halfway up. Change it again so you can see. Y'all are good. Feeling that left leg firm, lift the right foot this time. So once again, long. Try not to arch, feeling the core fire. And on an inhale, we're going to open. Exhale, drop and close. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop. Two more, I think. Inhale, open. Exhale, drop. And open. And drop. Inhale, center. Take that right foot back down. Walk your hands a little farther away. Walk your feet back into your down dog. And then as you inhale, shift to a plank if it serves you. Come a little further forward. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, your up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause. Check your breath. Is it easy or is it really forced? That nice, soft breath, nice and easy. We're going to go into a couple of different pigeons. The first one is our chest lifted up. The second one is when we're going to come down. So don't get too excited and start coming down. We're not going to do that yet. So we're going to start from our, I suppose you could use a can as a prep, but I don't know that you want to. So start from a down dog. And then as you inhale, lift your right leg, shift the weight forward, and have that right knee come towards the right wrist, right ankle, left wrist, and then come gently down. Now, if you know you need a little prop, you could try to use a brick, or a can, but I don't think that would be comfortable. So we're lifting right now. So if I want to challenge myself, I take my hands off the ground and I lift myself tall. And lift the pubic bone and drop down to get some length in the spine. And then I pause and breathe. Now what happens if I let myself relax and dump? So what I can do is squeeze my legs towards each other and I lift up. And then I let go of a muscle effort and I drop. So I can lift towards myself and then I drop. One more time. Squeeze and drop. Place your hands down, tuck your toes under and step to your down dog. Excuse me. On an inhale, left leg prepares. You're going to shift the weight forward, rounded back, left knee, left wrist, left ankle, right wrist. Take that leg down, slide the right leg back. Tops of the toes on the ground. Make sure your foot isn't sickled. and we're still upright. So I usually start pretty tight because my hips are pretty tight, so I hang out without that relax. So I'm gonna feel my muscles firing, stabilizing, dropping the tailbone, lifting the pubic bone, and pausing, hanging out. Nice and easy. And then I'm gonna exhale and find a little deeper, softening my effort. And then inhale, pull in. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull in. Pulling that right hip forward because it wants to shift back. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze the muscles together. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands out in front of you. Spread the fingers wide, press into the pads on that big thumb and tuck the right toes under. Lift the right leg. Lift the left leg back into a plank. Adjust the arms if needed. And then again, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, halfway down. Inhales your up dog. And exhales your down dog. So now we're going to go into that more Ekapada Rajakapatanasana, or that more royal pigeon. So on an inhale, this right leg prepares, and as you exhale, this right knee comes to the right wrist, right ankle, left wrist. Slide the left leg back, lift your chest this time and let your hips drop. And then with this length we've discovered in our torso, walk yourself forward. Know that you don't have to go far. If this is uncomfortable, I often use my fists into the ground to keep me comfy. It's easier on your wrists too. So hanging out right here, a couple of deep breaths, nice and easy. Lengthen the spine. Couple more breaths. Pay attention to that sensation, just like we did in the beginning, when you can start to feel the muscles open and ease. One more full breath, being aware of sensation. Awesome. And then from here, hands come underneath you. Tuck the left toes under, lift the thigh, and then exhale, step back. If you need to, take this right leg and shake it. Almost like you're a cat that's stuffed in water, and just kind of flick it. Give yourself a few more flicks if you want to, nice and relaxed. Okay, on an inhale, your left leg's going to prepare. We're going to shift forward. This left knee comes to the left wrist, left ankle, right wrist. Bring yourself down. Find that right leg straight, toes pressing in, squaring yourself again. Relax. Lift the chest. Feel that great extension on that right body. And then walk yourself long. Different side, different sensation. We're not even. You can't cut us in half, and we're not exactly the same person on each half. So know that it's going to feel different and respect it. That's what keeps you safe, is respecting the boundary. Breathe. Couple more breaths. Nice long spine. Don't let yourself slump. Long, long, long. One more good breath. Fabulous. Inhale, use the arms to lift you. Tuck the right toe under and lift the thigh to the sky. Press into the arms and step back into your plank. Adjust if you need to. And then once again, exhale, either down dog or shift forward. Halfway down and then exhale. Inhales your up dog. Exhales the down dog. And flick that left leg if you want to, like that cat. We used to call it getting rid of your stagnant chi, which ultimately it is. Couple more breaths. On an inhale, bend both knees, look 2 to 3 feet past your hands, then exhale, hop, skip, jump, bring your mat forward, fold. Getting your props if you need to keep yourself a little longer in the leg. Okay, we're gonna come from here, walk your feet together, come way up on your toes. So basically I'm on the mounds of the toes, and then I'm gonna bend my knees and slowly come way up on my toes and drop my bum. So it's almost like I'm in a very small, would it be a hold? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like I'm in a chip, right? So my toes on a chip, so I'm only a little bit on my toes. And then pause. And then do the best you can to drop your heels towards the ground. Mine don't go there. And then take your arms, wrap them around your knees, and then whoop, curl yourself in. If your knees don't come, or if your heels don't come to the ground, this is a beautiful thing for cans. Check it out. There you go. Use your cans. And then curl yourself in. Couple of breaths. Feel yourself tucking your tailbone. Breathe. Does it look funny?
No, laughing at the dog. He looks thoroughly bored.
We've really bored Oscar. Oh, Oscar. Remove your cans and then take your feet wide again. And then take, I'm coming into a nice little squat. I'm going to take my left hand, take your left hand by your left foot, lift your right arm up. And using this left tricep pressing against the thigh, rotate. If this doesn't feel good, you can always, always, always wrap that right arm. Breathe. Couple more breaths. One more good breath. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Right arm down. I've got it right next to the arch of my right foot and my right triceps pressing so I don't end up slumping. And I lift and rotate from my right side body, lifting, and left arm reaches up. I can choose to look up. I can look down. I can look forward. Find what feels best in your neck. Maybe 4 breaths. Keep that tricep active against the thigh. Beautiful. And from here, come down. Take your knees together, toes touching, or your feet can be wide, toes still touching, and come into your child's pose, pausing. Let your forehead rest on the ground. Breathe. What's nice when you're in that child's pose, your chest is compressed and you can really breathe into what is referred to as the back lung, which is where 65% of the lung is. So deep breaths, feeling the back expand. Right, old boy? 3 more good breaths. One more good breath. Nice. And then from there, roll yourself over onto your back, okay? And we're gonna come into some really simple pelvic bridges. So it's not a pop-up from your chest, but it's actually working with the pelvis. So ankles are gonna try to be underneath the knees. They don't need to be someplace where you can grab onto them. And you're gonna lie yourself down. Or if you're the dog, you've been lying down the whole time. And then feel yourself bracing your belly as if something's going to jump on you. Put your fingers on your hips and squeeze the glutes. Press into the heels and lift up. So as you lift up, you're not letting the pubic bone drop or round. You're really just plumb. And by putting your fingers on the hips, you can kind of control that. Weight is in the heels. Breathe. Think of your thigh bones reaching away from you and lengthening. Pull that pubic bone up towards the belly button. Lengthen the back. Breathe. 2 more breaths. To come down, you're going to slowly articulate your back, starting with those upper vertebrae. So you're going to round the back and slowly dink down 1 vertebra at a time. Good. 1 more time. Spread the toes. Put them all down. Press into the heels. Belly's firm, and then lift. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, I'm going to put my fingers on my hip bones, and then I'm going to lift 1 leg and try very hard not to let the hips shift. And yes, I'm shaking. And then slowly take that left foot down and then reach the right leg long. Are you able to maintain your hips? Couple of breaths. Come slowly down and then roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Take your left ankle onto your right thigh. Curl yourself up. So there's your core work for the day. Interlace your hands around your right thigh and flex your feet. If you cannot lie down like this, this is the beauty of a harness. There's like 500 uses for it. So you're going to take your harness, I'm going to grab each leg hoop and pull in. Actually, this works really well. Even if you can't interlace, I totally grab the harness. So I can really relax my legs, my neck is at ease, my shoulders are at ease. So use your harness, try it. I've got my leg loops. Fabulous, fabulous. Breathe. So I am pulling this left thigh in as think about reaching my right thigh away from me. Yes, this foot is active. It's a habit. You're welcome to play with whatever your feet feel like they want to do. Breathe. Right thigh reaches away, left pulls in. Couple more breaths. Good stuff, man. Give yourself 2 more breaths. Cool. Take both feet down. I'm going to take my fabulous harness, interlace it so behind my right thigh, right? And then I'm going to take my left ankle on the right thigh and then boom, pull it in. And again, I'm pulling this right thigh towards me as I'm not physically pushing, but I'm feeling this left thigh reach away from me. Because we're using our harnesses, if you've got it with you, you can relax the shoulders and the arms. You can let that neck find ease. So often we end up really just kind of scrunching our neck, and this way we can find length in the back of the neck. Breathe.
You might want to mention Instagram video was lagging a little bit. I think it's back.
Oh, Instagram video, I'm sorry, was lagging per my husband. He's pretty good at this. And and it's back. So what I'm doing is I've got my harness on and I'm coming into what I call a figure 4. And we're going to hang out here for a few more breaths. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. Thanks, Hanson.
Yep.
One more good, long, yummy breath. Yep, and then I want you to release. Take the strap away from you, and then from here, take your feet as wide as your mat, and take both knees over to your left. And then I'm going to actually move this right knee so the right knee lines up with the right hip. And then I'm going to take this left ankle and put it on top of my right thigh. And this is going to draw a little length into my side body. If this pinches your back, don't do it. If you want to play with pulling your core in and see what that does for the sensation, you're just going to hang out for about a minute, tops. Let me see my timer. All right, I'm timing us. We're going to hit a minute. I hope it's not too boring. So once again, close your eyes. Tap back into that slow breath we started in, feeling the belly rise as you count for 5. And then exhale, feeling the chest release, the belly release as you exhale for 5. And I want you to do 4 of those. Two more, please. Then you're going to do 1 more. Release that left leg. Bring both knees up and find yourself comfortable and switch sides. So now both feet are wide as the mat. Take both knees over to your right. I'm going to scooch this left leg so that it does the best I can to line up the left knee with the left hip. And then this little right leg goes boop on top of the thigh and it drops down. Again, any discomfort in that lower back, any discomfort anywhere is not okay. So then take the foot off the thigh. Adjust that other leg. Find a twist that is suitable for your body, not the one that you think you should be in. Always listen. Ultimately, the body knows what it needs. We just have to listen better. I've been working on that a while. 3 or 4 more breaths, still 5 count. Deal? Two more, please. Remove the foot, bring the knees back up to center, and center your pelvis on the ground. Grab the outside. Live video ended on that. Sorry, guys.
You want to get it?
Yeah, go for it. You're going to grab the outside of your feet and draw your heels to the ground. Do we think we can do it?
No.
I'm sorry, Instagram guys. To the right. Oh.
It tells me if I want to delete it.
No. We'll just leave it like that. Oh. Swipe to see more. Go to the right. Yep. Swipe. Right. There. All right. Are you back? I'm really sorry about that. You're going to come into happy baby. Okay. So you're going to put on your back. Both feet, boom, just like that, nice and relaxed. Just a few breaths. Thank you. And then once you're happy with, he's okay, once you're good with happy baby, I want you to lie out. Feet are going to be relaxed, legs are going to be wide as you want them, palms up, eyes closed. And come into your Shavasana. We're going to do about a 2 to 3 minute Shavasana. So here's how we're going to do it. Here, Papa. Once again, before you settle into your Shavasana, take a minute just to scan your body. What do you feel? Yeah. Okay. Starting at the head, allow your eyes to close and slowly feel sensation throughout the body, almost like an invisible cape. And then slowly start to shift, check out the sensations that are in the chest, in the shoulder blades. What are you feeling in your ribs? Your back, your belly. What are you feeling in your pelvis, in your glutes? The front of your legs, all the way down to your kneecaps. The back of your legs, your calves. The tops of your feet, your toes, the soles of your feet. And once you've done that body scan, let the mind settle in on your breath. Not trying to change your breath, but just feeling the breath. Receiving and releasing.
You want me to get up? Okay. So, couple comments when you're done. Before the top one.
That's from you to me. Continue to breathe for about another minute, just focusing again on that breath in your Shavasana. Start to become aware of how your body connects with the earth, of those parts of your body, your heels, the back of your head, the back of your hands. Touch the ground. Feel that connection. Become aware of the temperature in the room, of the sounds around you. And when you're ready, start to stretch, reaching hands up above your head, reaching towards the back of the room, toes towards the front of the room. Big breath, big stretch. And then when you're ready, start bending the knees, placing the feet on the floor, and roll to whatever side feels good. Using your hands and the strength of your arms, push yourself up into a seated posture. If you feel like it, eyes closed. If it's not your thing, don't worry about it. Place your hands on the floor just outside your thighs and open the palms to the sky. As you inhale, arms are going to reach overhead and your palms touch. And as you exhale, hands come to your heart center, palms still touching. And then pause for one more long, slow, sweet breath. Thank you all for coming this afternoon. Namaste. Did you have comments I needed to be there?
People like using the harness, and someone said thanks for the reminder to tuck in the ribs and drop the shoulders.
Have a great night. Thank you all very much. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe spine. Cheers.
This is still going because I don't want to.
We
Well,
got-
that's
no,
not my thing, so.
All right.
A couple, wait, before you close it, a couple other people type something.
Oh, Kimberly Curry, miss you, Virginia. Thanks for
Who's the boy? Good boy, Oscar. You a handsome boy.
Yes, you are.
Oh, it's not that comfy, is it?